We've all told ourselves the same excuses. Running is hard, I don't have time, and my biggest excuse, I itch when I run. Funny thing is, once I decided to just run, I realized I could run. It didn't have to be hard, and the more I ran, the less I itched.
Trust me, I am no better than you are. So here's to the start of our running journey together. You ready? I don't know about y'all, but no matter how hot it is outside, I'm going to have a hoodie on inside. So it's fair to say that the house is always a bit cooler than than people may expect. But I don't know. I got to think about hoodies. Anyway, my name is Flock. Welcome. It's nice to, finally put this video out and just start recording the journey and start to, motivate you guys and get motivation from you guys. Yeah, I feel like God put this on my heart. It was one day I was just randomly had this idea. I consume a lot of YouTube, but didn't think I'd be putting videos out and just sharing God's word and how it's impacting my running journey and different things like that and what he's been telling me and teaching me. So just to give you some history, running to me has always been like a disciplinary action. Running was punishment. You get what I mean? Like we play basketball and you miss layups. Everybody got to run. We come to practice, no basketballs are out. Time to run. Or even in gym, like before we could actually have fun, we had to run. I hadn't had days where I played basketball for 6 hours straight, no water, no food. But ask me to do 10 suicides, and it was like, you're ruining my life. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I saw running. I just had a negative point of view on it. And it wasn't until I want to say I got into my mid teens, I'm in high school, and I'm watching some of my friends at the track meet, and I'm going to some. They were pretty fun events, and it was just kind of cool. Even living in New York City, I would see people just, out and about running. You don't need equipment. You don't have to be paying a gym fee. Look, I'd save $1 wherever I can. You could just walk out your house and just hit the deck. And I think that was pretty cool to me, and it was intriguing. So eventually I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a try. And it did not work. I had runner's itch. And for those of you who are not familiar, I know some of you are like, thank God I'm not the only one, but for me, it seemed like something only my sister and I knew about. I would tell people like, hey, I can't run because I itch. They're like, what? Yeah, I can't run because I itch. Like I'd run and have this burning sensation. And I'm not talking about like I'd do a mile and then have this burning itching sensation. I'd be 7 steps in, 7 steps in, and I'd be on fire, tears about to run down my eyes. And this persisted for such a long time. And I feel like on and off, I would try to run and then wouldn't be able to. I would try to run and then wouldn't be able to. But then eventually, after moving out of New York City, I kind of had nothing but time. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this running thing stick. I am going to do what I need to do to get this going. And I remember looking up different things about the runner's itch. My sister and I tried a couple of things: cold showers, non-drowsy allergy medicine. That worked for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I remember looking at a Reddit thread and somebody was like how they had the same issue and the only way through it was to just run. And to me, that was like, what? Like, yeah, just run and it'll get better. So first run, excruciating, excruciating. Like my wife was with me and I'm over here like, yo, I can't do this. Second run, not so bad. By the time the third run came around, I was not itching. So now I'm like, oh. And then I'd realize if I took a long break, like after our honeymoon, for example, I came back and ran. Oh, that was a tough run. But then the run after that, it was okay. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where I just started praying. I was like, God, please help me not itch on this run. And that with the cold showers and just being consistent has been the key to me being able to just consistently run and just get out there without itching. And to be honest with you, there's been times I've taken 2 weeks off and I just say the meanest prayer before running. And thank God I'd be able to run without itching. And if I did itch, there was like one time where it was pretty bad. And I just continue to pray for strength for it to go away. And then mid run was good to go. Next up, just want to touch on my biggest mistake so far because I'm not going to lie, you're going to make them. You are going to make mistakes no matter how many videos you watch. You're going to think, I don't need. No, it happens to the best of us. And you kind of learn from it. And hopefully it doesn't sit you down for too long. For me, my first big mistake was being cheap, being cheap, and not getting the right shoes. Now I'm a big Pegasus fan, the Nike pegs, and I just saw a pair of pegs on sale. And I'm, you know what, I'm gonna get into running. It's like what, $65 or something like that. You can't beat that. So I got the pegs, and within 3 runs, my Achilles was on fire. I had to take like a month off. Kid you not. And it all just came down to the shoes. And I didn't understand at first. And I'm watching running videos, and literally every single running video for beginners or tips will tell you do not skimp on the shoes. Do not skimp on the shoes. Frugal me skimped on the shoes, and I learned my lesson. So let this be the 1,000,001 like video, or let me be the 10,000th person to tell you do not skimp on the shoes. Go to a store like, I think the one by me is called Fleet Feet. Go to a running store, get fitted, have them take your size, tell you what type of shoes you want. They'll do like a scan, watch you walk and run and whatnot. And then I found the perfect shoe. And I've pretty much been using them since that day, since I bought them. And they were pretty pricey, but that was really helpful. And I've been able to stay strong the whole way out because when I initially got injured, I was ready to give up. Like, I just started this running journey and I'm already injured. And I don't even want to do this anymore. But it was really because I was skimping on the shoes. So, biggest mistake, hands down. I would say my second biggest mistake is running too fast. After the Olympics, I don't know who I thought I was, but I was like, you know what? Let me get out there and get to running. I would go quickly and I'd be in pain. And then the next day I did it again and I was in pain. And by the third day, like I mentioned, a mix of running too fast and with the shoes just caused me to mess my Achilles up. They say it all the time. If you want to run fast, run slow. And it's kind of gaining that endurance. And even nowadays on my long runs, if I were to go a couple miles out, it'd just be a slower run. And you really have to just check your ego from when you start the run and understand that you're in this for the long game and you don't have to be going out Usain Bolt going as fast as you can because you're just gonna wreck yourself. Shin splits, knee issues, Achilles problems. Over time, you just want to gradually get better. My advice: slow down. Slow down, work your way up, slow down, work your way up. There's a 10% rule that some people recommend, is increasing your mileage by 10% per week. And that's a good way to make sure you're gradually getting better without pushing yourself too far. My third biggest tip, and this is not much of an issue for me. I'm not really on social media transparently, outside of YouTube, is don't compare yourself. All right. You'll see a lot of these running influencers. Like, I've watched videos where people would post up 6 mile runs with not a single sweat on it. I can't even, if I were to go to the kitchen right now, run to the kitchen and come back, I promise you by the time I sit down, I'd be sweating at least a little bit. So don't compare yourself. Sometimes I'm not trying to like take away anything from anybody, but sometimes with the influencers, what you're seeing is not real. Sometimes it's their best run, so you may not see, the harder runs or the slower runs. And also you got to understand that the biggest thing is that you're on your own journey. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're on mile 25,000 and you may be on mile 150, and you shouldn't compare the two. Whether that's speed, whether that's distance, whether that's even the gear that you have, just do make do with what you can, and just go out there and put your best foot forward. But yeah, my biggest thing is do not compare yourself to other influencers. It's amazing to get advice. I follow a lot of them, but when they go on their runs, it'll motivate me, but I will not compare because I know I'm not where they are. And the fourth biggest mistake I would say, and I'm really guilty of this, is take care of your body. Okay. And this is like threefold: sleep, nutrition, hydration, right? And you don't need I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this: when you're first starting out, especially, you do not need those, what they call it, the element packs, 5 of them in your vest and popping them while you run. No, but you want to make sure you're hydrated. You're drinking water prior to your run. You're drinking water after your run. You're drinking water, like, you want to make sure you drink as much. Don't, of course, like flood your stomach with water because you get cramps while you're running. But pretty much you want to just stay hydrated, especially throughout the day. If I'm gonna run like later in the day, for example, like today, I'm probably gonna go on a run after work. So I want to make sure I have like 2 liters of water at least. I'll be honest, I even peed blood one time. It was an exercise-induced hematuria or something like that. Just Google it. But everything's okay, by the way. Thank you for. I can see that you were concerned, but yeah, no. At the end of the day, that was because I wasn't being hydrated, and it kind of just puts a lot of strain on your bladder during a run. So yes, please stay hydrated and make sure you eat well. There are nights before where I have pizza and wings, and my run the next day, even if it's the same run I've done a million times, you will feel it. So take care of your body. Make sure you eat well, eat balanced meals. If you need fuel prior to your run, definitely eat something light like a banana, almond butter on toast if it's like an hour or two before your run, not something that's super heavy or high in fiber, because your body's gonna struggle with digesting that. But post run, within 30 minutes to maybe an hour and a half, you want to have a balanced meal: fats, carbs, protein, complex carbs preferably, so something like sweet potatoes, avocados, and some chicken would be for a run. And the biggest of them all is sleep. Of course, we all have our nights and whatnot, but try to get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep daily. Take naps if you can. I'm not really a big nap guy, so I have to get my sleep in at night. It'll definitely help you kind of repair and restore your body, because you will feel the difference if you do not sleep, especially in between runs. And me personally, I stretch before and after runs. I do not play like that. Does it make a difference? I don't know, because I stretch before and after all my runs. But it helps with the tightness, and it just helps along the day, especially if you run earlier. You definitely want to take a chance to calm down and ease into your day with a real nice stretch. So we went through my journey and how it started. We went through the biggest mistakes I've made and mistakes I see other people make. And the last thing I wanted to touch on are just the different apps that you could use for this. So pretty much when you're looking for a plan, like the whole couch to 5K, couch to 10K type of plan, there are many resources. 9 out of 10, if you're following an influencer that runs, they have a downloadable PDF plan that they may be selling, or it could be free, depending on the person. There are also some solid apps like C to 5K. That's the Couch to 5K app. It's free for, I think, the first 4 weeks or something like that. 8 weeks maybe, but then you have to pay after a certain while, so you don't get the whole program for free. But it's well worth it, because once you finish that app, I think you graduate to like the Couch to 10K app. So it may be beneficial to just get the Couch to 10K app and then work your way to the 5K and then work on your 10K. That's what I recommend. I think that's how it worked out. I had looked at that app, but I decided not to go with it. For me, Nike Run Club, hands down, the best beginner running app. Hands down. One is free, and it's really motivating. They have these guided runs. And when I first started running, even my wife would come on these runs with me. She would not run without the Nike guided app. She would not. I wasn't enough for, hey, babe, you got, no, she needed that coach in her ear. And he's really great, tells you when to slow down, when to speed up, and just helps motivate you in ways that make the run just go by quickly. Like a 30-minute run will feel like 5 minutes with those coaches in your ear. It's mainly this guy, I don't remember his name, but there's also a couple of women coaches on there as well. They have all types of different workouts that you could do, different plans you could follow. And like I said, it's all free. So I mess with the Nike Run Club app. Of course, you have Strava, which is more like a social media app for runners. I'm not on Strava yet. I plan to get on it, but I think that'll be pretty cool to just kind of get motivated from others and their runs and kind of see what they're doing. You have the Runner app, which is similar to Couch to 5K, and the Nike Run Club app, which also has like guides to kind of help you do your runs. Transparently, you can also use ChatGPT. It can build you a program. You can write a prompt like, hey, okay, I'm new to running. I can only run half a mile. I want to work up to a 10K. I want to do it in 12 weeks. What's a plan that I can build to help me do this? And it will spit out something for you. I remember I tried it and I think I didn't stick with it because I couldn't follow it in real time like with the Nike Run Club app. It was cool that it spit out everything for me, and all I had to do was just follow it. And 9 out of 10, I probably would have been able to do the 5K or 10K or whatever it is. It's good to follow a plan because it helps you gradually get better with the running, and they're tailored depending on the length or duration of the plan. There are so many different apps that you could use and test out. So I say look at them, download them, see what's free, see what you're willing to pay for, and what makes sense, and then kind of take it from there. But no matter what, just put your best foot forward. I just want to take some time out to end this video off the same way I started it, out here in nature, just to motivate you guys and remind you that, look, those people who do the New York City marathons, those crazy 100-mile ultra marathons, or even me who's making this video here, like I'm no better than you are. They're no better than me. They're no better than you. We're just all on different journeys, and we just have to realize that it's a mental game. All you have to do is take your first step. I remember, like I said earlier in this video, I used to itch when I would run at any accelerated. I'm talking about 4 or 5 steps. I'd be on fire, burning, itching. And I couldn't run. I used to tell people I can't run. I just itch. I can't run. I just itch. And now I'm out here doing 1, 2, 3 miles. So it's the same for you. Just, once you make the decision to take that first step, I promise you, I promise that first step will turn into your first mile, will turn into your first race. And then it kind of continues on from there. Personally, I like to thank God. I think none of this would be possible without the Lord because one, I'm able bodied, and that's a blessing, and it started there. I have all my limbs. That's another blessing. I'm able to just run out my crib. Like, as soon as I walk out my crib, I'm able to just hit the deck and start running. And that's because there's not a war going on in my country. I don't have to fear for my safety. And all of these are privileges and blessings that I notice. And I like to pray before I go on my runs, during my runs for strength. And after my runs, just saying, thank you, God, that I'm able bodied and that I didn't get injured or anything like that. And I like to be grateful and give thanks. And that's a big part of it for me as well. And it helps remind me to keep pushing and to keep going because this is really a privilege. This is a blessing, and I want to take advantage of it. So if you like this video, if you enjoyed this, if you want to be a part of this community I'm trying to build where we learn from one another, someone might be like, hey, look, fix your stride, or why your legs move that way, or what's wrong with your back, and I may learn from those comments, and I can bring that to you guys. I may see a video and learn from it and bring it to you comment and teach me things, and people in the comments will learn from each other. That's kind of what I'm trying to build here, just a community of people who want to run, who are already running, who enjoy watching other people run, whatever it is. So if you want to be a part of that, just like this video, subscribe if you want to be a part of it, and definitely drop a comment, share your thoughts, give me feedback, teach us something. I would love that. And yeah, we're just gonna start with this first video and then continue on to who knows, ultra marathons, New York City marathon. This I just want to continue pushing this. So I'm looking forward to growing with you guys. I'm looking forward to, being on this journey with you. And I appreciate you for watching this first video. Stay tuned for more.